Hi everyone, this is Cynthia, your voice coach. I help you develop a powerful voice so that whenever and wherever you speak, you will be seen as the expert in the room. And this is our day 2 of the 3-day crash course, Anxiety to Anticipation. Speak with confidence and impact. If you missed out day 1, remember to watch the replay because day 1 is going to help you build up your mindset so that you are ready to develop your voice. Because in my experience, many of my clients, once they develop the powerful voice, they're not using it. It's because there is mental block holding them back. So today, now that we have get your mindset addressed, and there are many other mindset blocks, and we didn't have time to cover. For example, the insecurity that you have. If you have insecurity, it will also hold you back. So there are many other mindset blocks that we didn't have time to cover, but we will be covering them in our Voice Mastery Academy, the 6-month group coaching program. So today we are going to move on to the voice. If you have a trembling voice, how you are going to overcome that. And what's the reason in the first place that you have this trembling voice? So I hope that everyone is slowly joining me, and I don't see everyone joining me. So let's see what is the issue. And just give me a moment. Let me see if anyone is joining. Okay, so everyone is slowly joining in. If you're joining, say hi in the comment and let me know that you're there. So that's what we're going to cover today. And also we're going to find out what kind of voice, what kind of reasons, what are the reasons that you have a trembling voice. So of course that number one, and probably the only reason that you are having a trembling voice is because that your voice projection is not correct. It is wrong. It is coming from the throat. So if your voice projection is coming from the throat, then it is very easy when you are nervous, all the nervousness energy will go to your vocal cords and make your voice tremble. Now you may have a trembling voice, or your voice may be high-pitched. So when you are nervous, your voice will go high-pitched. That happens to some of my clients. Or you may find that your speaking rate will go very fast. You speak very fast when you're nervous. That's another voice problem when you're nervous. Some of my students, they will feel that the throat is very tight and their voice projection is very limited. So these are all because of that nervousness. And again, the reason that you have these voice situations is because your projection is improper. So what do we mean by improper projection? Improper projection is because that your whole body is not being used in projection. And also your breathing is not correct. So if I ask you to do a proper breathing, if I ask you to do a deep breathing, you may be doing this one. So that means your breathing is not proper. That's the first thing you want to check. And 2 is not only that you need to breathe properly, but also you need to make the proper breathing a habit. So if it's not a habit, when you're nervous, you will not be able to breathe properly. And your voice will still tremble or go high pitch or speak fast, or the throat is tight. So the second point, which is you must make the proper breathing a habit. 3, the third reason that your voice is trembling is because that when you are speaking, when you are projecting your voice, you're only using the half of the body. So you're like a talking box. And when you're nervous, you see, when you breathe in, your body is moving up like this. If you do this when you breathe in, so you see your body is contracted. You are not breathing in enough air. Even if you think that you have breathed in enough air, it is not. Your body is contracting. Your lung is also contracting. So you only have probably 1/3 of your lung capacity being filled up. So that's why that you were not able to use that proper breath. you are also not able to use that proper breath for projection. So to overcome that, you must make the proper breathing a habit. And also because that when your proper breathing becomes a habit, you see the body is not contracting. And hi, Luke, thank you for joining me. And your body is not contracting. So when you're breathing in, your body is not moving. Instead, actually, it's expanding. Your body is expanding when you're breathing in. And when the body is expanding, you will find that whatever you are breathing in, you will be able to use that breath. And also, when your body is expanding, the nervousness will not go all here. The nervousness will be taken over by the body. So that's why your voice will not tremble. But if you're doing the wrong breathing, you do this. You do this breathing, your body becomes smaller. And where will the nervousness energy go? It will go to your vocal cords. So that's why you will find that your voice will be trembling, your throat is tight. You may even have difficulty breathing, and your pitch will go high, your pace will go fast. So that's the reason that you have all those voice issues when you're nervous. Hi, June, thank you for joining me. And so for those of you who are joining late, you may want to watch the recording because in the recording, in the beginning, we talked a lot about the reasons that your voice is trembling, or your pitch goes high when you're nervous, your pace goes fast, or difficulty breathing, or your throat is tight. So because we mentioned three things, one is that your breathing is not proper. Two is even if you can breathe properly, your breathing is not a habit. The proper breathing is not a habit. And number three is that your projection is only using half of your body, not half, it's 1/3 of your body only. You are like a talking head and your body is not being used. So that's why when you are nervous, all the nervousness energy will go to your vocal cords instead of taking on by your body. So from the reasons that your voice is trembling when you're nervous, you can also see how you can overcome them. And of course, that to overcome them, number one is you need to learn the proper breathing. Number two is you must make the proper breathing a habit. So that's what we cover in this 6 months group coaching program. And number three is you're also going to learn how to use the body to help you project the voice. If you're not using that, when you're nervous, the nervousness energy will still go to your throat. So the third step is to make the proper projection a habit. Not only just learn the proper projection, but also make it a habit. So only by these steps will you be able to have a voice that's always sounding calm and composed, even if you're nervous. So you may have always heard me say that when I'm nervous, even if my heart is pounding, boom, 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 but my voice is never affected. So it's not only just happening to me, but also happening to a lot of my clients, a lot of my students, when they are able to make the proper breathing a habit, when they are able to make the proper projection a habit. So recently, I just did an interview with a client, Johnny. And Johnny, when he was, before he started with me, he was having a very low self-esteem. He was not confident. And whenever he spoke in front of his Toastmasters group, if you have known Toastmasters, you know what it is. If not, you can check it out. Toastmasters is a very good place for you to practice speaking. So he was nervous. Hi, Onwa, thank you for joining us. And so he was nervous when he was even speaking in front of his Toastmasters group. There are about 10 plus people, 20 people. But after working with me, and that happened after we finished working together. So that was in how many months? About 4 months. 4 months later, after we finished working. So he was sharing with me 2 weeks ago. And he was having an opportunity to speak in front of 1,000 people. And before he spoke in front of the 1,000 people, his heartbeat was also very fast. And but when the moment he stood in front of the 1,000 people, when the spotlight is shining on him, he could speak with confidence, and his voice was not affected by his nervousness. And after he finished speaking for only 2 minutes, he got a standing ovation. So this can happen to you as well. You have to learn the step-by-step process and make every step a habit. So this is for Johnny, it happened to him. And now he is very confident, and he is also giving fashion advice in his job to a lot of senior executives. So he's a fashion advisor. So for those of you who are joining, I would like to hear from you. When you are nervous, how is your voice reflecting your nervousness? So you can type into the chat and let me know so that we'll see what issue that I haven't addressed just now. Okay, so for those of you who are online, you can share with me. Let me sip some water. Okay. So only by answering these questions, only by participating, will you be able to benefit more. So that's the voice just now we're talking about. So this is not only just happening to some people, it can happen to everyone. The same goes for a powerful voice. So if you find that whenever you speak, the people who are listening to you, they have no reaction. It is also because that your voice is not powerful. So your voice is not powerful. How to make it powerful? It is also going through the steps that we talked about. Because when your voice is not powerful, it's mainly coming from here. So what we want to do is to help you develop more sound from the body, more voice from the body, more vibration from the body. And how to do that? Just now we mentioned, one is you need to make the proper breathing a habit. Learn the proper breathing and make the proper breathing a habit. Two is the proper projection, which is to shift your voice projection from throat to the body. And also make that a habit. And the third key thing, that step you want to develop, is to learn how to generate more sound in the body. So not only just shift it, but also generate more sound in the body. When you are able to do that, whenever you speak, people will say, wow, who is this? So they will first be impressed by the way that your voice is projected. So even though that is unconscious, they may not know it's your voice, but they just feel that you sound very powerful. So that's the three big steps, and also what I call the 3 milestones. These are the step-by-step milestones. And that's what we are going to cover in the group program, the 6-month group program. So in the 6 months, we will be meeting every month about 3 times. So in these 3 times, I will be giving you feedback. I will be coaching you, coaching everyone from the group. And so every 2 months, we work towards 1 milestone. And by meeting each milestone, you started to see small changes in your voice. For example, for the first 2 months, once you meet that milestone, some of the changes my clients noticed was that they feel much more relaxed when they speak. So that's small changes they noticed for the first 2 months when they hit that milestone. Some of the other students and clients they noticed was that there was one lady, she said, now when I sing in the evening to my daughter, I feel that my voice was different. So you may not be singing, but you will start to notice the small changes in your voice. So that's for the first 2 months. And then the next 2 months, we will be working on shifting the projection. So once the projection is shifted, that's where you will notice more changes. So yesterday, I was doing an interview with a client. And for her, it was 2.5 months in. Before we even reached the 4th month, she already noticed the changes in her voice. So her husband, her kids, her colleagues started to comment on her voice. They said, well, you sound different. And she also noticed that when she speaks for a few hours, she doesn't feel tired anymore on her voice. So that's another change you may see when you hit the 2nd milestone. Hi, Frederick. Frederick, thank you for joining me. So for those of you who are joining late, you may want to watch the recording. And The last milestone that we want to hit is to help you generate more sound in the body. That's where your voice will make a fundamental big difference. You will find that if your pitch is high, you will find that your pitch will become deeper. And that will also help you anchor in the calm and composed voice when you're nervous. So if you can generate more vibration in your body to meet the final step, milestone, you will find that when you're nervous, your voice will never tremble. And you will have the confidence knowing that whenever you're nervous, you never need to worry about your voice. So that's the third milestone. And also, mindset, that's what we covered yesterday. So today we talked about the voice, to develop the voice in a way that's calm and confident at all times. And tomorrow we are going to talk about another area, because just having the powerful voice, having the mindset, you also need to work on the third area. The third area is when you do speak using your powerful voice, you must be able to speak in a way that you can get your message across clearly, concisely, and convincingly. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So you must have all these three areas in place. Only then will you be able to speak with confidence and impact. So whenever you speak, be it speaking in meetings, speaking in front of groups, when you have all these three areas in place, only then would you be able to speak in a way that every time when you speak, people would look at you and say, wow, this person is very confident, it's very powerful. And also at the same time, your message will land, your message will be received very well, and you will leave an impact. So that's what we're going to cover tomorrow. So I hope to, not tomorrow, on Monday, so that in these 2 days over the weekend, you will have time to go through the 2 videos that we have just streamed. So you have time to digest what we covered these 2 days. Monday, we're going to talk about the third area. How do you speak in a way that makes your message clear, concise, and convincing? And for those of you who are just joining, let me know if you have any questions. So now that you have me online, you want to ask questions. So if you know that you want to work with me, if you know that I am the coach for you, then you want to apply. So if you are still not convinced or not sure that I am the right coach for you, then you may want to go to my website to check out whether I'm the right coach for you. So I will be posting a link in the chat, in the comment, to let you know that whether I'm the right coach for you. So if you're still not sure yet, then you want to check that out. If you already know that you want to work with me, if you already know that I can help you to bring you from right now where you are to where you want to go, then you go to the website to apply to be part of the 6 months group. So that one is Voice Academy application. So it's bit.ly/Voice Academy application. So that's where you will apply. And if you're not sure whether I can help you yet, you want to check out here. So I am going to post this one. So here you will be able to see some of my clients, what they have achieved. Okay, so I just realized that the link I posted is not working, the bit.ly. So let's repost. Let me see. Academy. I think it's with an A. So in our group, we only work with people who are committed, who are go-getters. If you know that this is what you want to achieve, and you may want to check it out. Okay, so I got the right link. Academy should be 2 A's. Okay, so this is where you are going to apply. And once you apply, we would schedule a conversation to see whether I want to have you in the group, because as I mentioned that in the group, we only work with people who are tired of watching video after video, who are tired of trying to figure out on your own, who are ready to put in the time, energy, and money to get it done. And you know that most of the times that we are you may try to figure out on your own, but how has it been working for you? If it has worked for you, then you may want to, you probably won't be here. So those are the 2 links that I posted. If you want to work with me, that's where you're going to get in. Because working with me, there are only 2 ways. If you want to work with me live, one is you do one-to-one coaching. So I mentioned yesterday, it's about $8,000 US. Or you want to work with me through the group. The group is $4,000 US. So if you want to get my guidance, taking you step by step, those are the 2 ways you can work with me. And so check out these 2 links to see whether you want to work with me, whether you are ready to work with me. And so tomorrow, again, we are going to talk about how you are going to speak in a way that's clear, concise, and convincing. If you joined late, make sure that you watch the recording. If you have any questions, I'll give you one more chance to ask questions. If you have any questions, type into the chat. And before we finish the session, I would answer your question. Okay, going once, twice, 3 times. Okay, so no one is asking questions. Then I am going to complete the live streaming today. Make sure that you watch the recording. So I'll see you, not tomorrow, I'll see you on Monday. And before Monday, over the weekend, go through these 2 live streamings that I did to make sure that you get prepared for day 3 of our 3 days crash course. So enjoy your weekend. Bye, everyone.